and good day. This is Transmission 30. As usual, we will start with a brief opening meditation, entering the channeling state, followed by the channeling, and then we will go into Q&A. So thank you for being here, and I will see you on the other side. Let's take a few moments to drop into a meditative state. Taking these few moments to fully arrive here and now in your unique time-space coordinate. Relaxing into the body. And feeling through the body, in the body. Taking deep breaths to allow the body to expand, breath flowing all the way down to the belly. And with each exhale, releasing any tension, thinking, planning, allowing ourselves to be fully present. Feeling the existence that we are, the unique time-space, the unique frequency that we come, that we bring. Feeling our life force energy within the body, the force that animates the breath and all biological processes. Feeling that deep presence, aliveness, our unique frequency that we came to play in the grand symphony of life, being a unique and valuable part of all that is, an expression of the oneness in our unique form, in our unique state. Feeling our inherent value for being the unique being, the unique note. And thusly resting in that value, feeling our value in the universe. Good day to you. We welcome you to the realms of light, where the vast majority of who you are also exists. We welcome you to these realms of light from where your physical life, your physical personalities, and your entire physical world also spring. We are here to deliver a message of love, of compassion, of frequency raising, and you are moving through an even more accelerated period of ascension, as you like to say colloquially. You're feeling your frequencies raising. And at such times it is very important, as you raise your frequencies, to ground yourselves into the planet, into the planetary consciousness. Now, one powerful way to do this is to spend time in your natural world, to appreciate the natural world, and to spend time in nature to get to know your own true nature, for you are nature. Thusly spending that time getting to know the trees, feeling their roots, simultaneously feeling the way they expand into the sky and reach heavenward. For they can be your brothers and sisters now, the standing people, as the natives would say. The trees are that which gives you that archetypal energy that helps you to drive your roots deep into the earth, and at the same time stretching skyward towards the heavens. Use this metaphor not only in your meditations and contemplations, but physically taking yourself to the place where communities of trees are present and exchanging energy with the trees, for they will greatly aid and assist you in grounding this energy that is coming, because you are receiving massive influxes of transformational energy at this time, and many of you are experiencing the, shall we say, discrepancy or difference between the higher dimensional frequency that is pouring in and the slower dimensional frequency of your physical bodies. And due to that difference, some of you are experiencing some, shall we say, growing pains, because it takes a little bit of time in your time-space reality for the physical body to acclimate to these extra dimensional frequencies. Thusly, some of you go through your periods of feeling a little bit under the weather, as you say, perhaps experiencing a sickness here and there, because the body is catching up, as it were. Now, to smooth out this process, spending time in nature will greatly harmonize your physical body in such a way that you will be able to download these frequencies at a much higher rate without creating so much resistance in the physical body, in the physical material body. And this will smooth out the ride, for otherwise it can become quite bumpy, because the acceleration now is at such a high degree that the resistance, should you allow it to continue, becomes much more dramatic in how you feel it. Anywhere from sensations of sluggishness and heaviness, fogginess, to outright feeling like you have a mild flu or feeling feverish in the body. These kinds of symptoms are part of this transformational period that you're going through. So communicate with the trees and let them show you this paradoxical energy of driving roots deep into the earth and reaching to the heavens simultaneously, for you must do both. And this is why so often the teachings require you first, as a first stage of mastery, to commune with the natural world, for that gives you a kind of anchoring so that you do not get lost in the multi-dimensions when you begin to open doorways within the mind that allow you to see through other beings, other existences, other lives. You need your roots going deep, deep into the earth. Otherwise, you might feel a little bit shocked, a little bit thrown around willy-nilly, because these are powerful, powerful gateways that are opening within each and every one of you. So that will be the first part of our transmission. Spend time in the natural world. Now that we have given some time to that, we will now speak of these transformational paradigm shifting experiences. For many of you out there are beginning to get glimpses of yourself, seemingly yourself, but another version of yourself in other time frames, in existing in other lives, as well as in other civilizations other than your Earth civilization. Now, the further you stretch out into the stars, thusly, the deeper your roots must go into the earth. For it cannot be otherwise, for you have chosen the theme of being a being on earth. Thusly, value the earth, and the earth itself will propel you to experiences that are vastly multidimensional. Like a tree reaches upward with its many branches, so too will you, from your focal point of earth now, begin to experience branches reaching out into other dimensions. Each branch, as the tree grows upwards, as you expand your personality, you will find new vistas of experience, experienced by other versions of you in other realities. And that which is a branch to you in your perception will be another focal point within your oversoul. And to that focal point, you will be but a branch on that tree. So you see, your natural world provides all the metaphors for you to continue to expand and to create a kind of framework within your mind that will allow you to perceive these other realities without getting ungrounded, without getting disrupted too massively. So you must have your root. Now it will become very normal for you to have experiences of relaxation whereby you unfocus just a little bit from your primary reality and you begin to perceive these secondary, tertiary realities. You might perceive yourself not only as other human incarnations in other times, but also as other beings from other civilizations, and receiving much information from those. But you must realize that you are always to return to your primary reality. Those will never supersede your reality. You have your unique focal point, and you are here with a unique theme as an earth being, experiencing that theme. So while it might be very interesting to go down the branches of your own tree to touch into these other existences, it is very important to always come back to your tree frequency and to your root and to the planet itself. For you are of the earth for a very specific reason, and your oversoul and the soul that you experience yourself to be as an extension of the oversoul chose this particular life, this particular incarnation, to experience the frequencies of earth in a very unique way, while simultaneously expanding to understand that you are part of a much larger galactic family. So these are very important, even though these are perhaps fundamental topics. They are very, very important because you must come back to the fundamentals, to the foundations, to the roots, so that you do not get too overwhelmed by that which is coming to you from the stars. So, by all means, the most simplest way to acclimate to these frequencies is to spend time in nature, and you will find your physical body, your physical mechanism has within it properties that you are barely beginning to awaken. For you fancy yourselves as a civilization that knows much about biology, that knows much about physics, but you are as yet in your infancy in your understanding of your physical natural world and your physical natural selves. Thusly, you will begin to discover biological mechanisms within the physical body that generate a kind of resonance with the electromagnetic field of the earth, a kind of harmonic with the planetary consciousness, of which you are barely, scarcely aware at this time. Thusly, when you spend time in nature, you will begin to activate these biological mechanisms within the body, a kind of vibrational resonance in your DNA structure, in your biological structure, and a kind of harmonic within the neurological impulses of the brain, of the physical brain, the electrical impulses. The rhythmic patterns will begin to expand in such a way that will include not only the neurological impulses with which you are familiar, but other harmonics and other patterns of neurological impulse that will avail you the ability to use your inner senses much more dramatically and much more profoundly as a physical creature, as a physical being. Thusly, your inner senses will greatly accelerate and open in powerful ways so that you can perceive more of your multidimensional nature, so that you can perceive more of the nature and structure of your oversoul and the soul extensions that it has into many, many realities. But you must be grounded. You must send your roots deep into the earth. You must put your hands on the earth, put your feet on the earth, and feel a deep connection to the planetary consciousness. For it is through the earth that you traverse to the stars, paradoxically. It is through grounding that you expand heavenward. So allow your physical mechanism the time to recuperate, recharge, and refresh itself in nature. For you will find certain subtle electromagnetic frequencies within nature to merge and blend and harmonize with the electromagnetic energy fields that your own bodies give off. And this harmonic will greatly smooth out the bumps in this acceleration process, for you are experiencing a transformation the likes of which is very rarely observed in the universe. You are going through a very unique portal as a planetary civilization. For those of you that choose to be on this particular train ride, as we say, for of course not all beings on the earth will choose to move in this particular direction. But those of you that are listening to this transmission are most likely leaning in this direction. Therefore, you are receiving this transmission thusly. So spending time in nature will harmonize these electromagnetic properties, which will help to awaken biological mechanisms within which that will enable you to, shall we say, perceive even more of your true natural self as your self extends like the branches of the tree into many, many parallel realities and existences. So this is our brief message for today, and as such, as we complete this, we will now open it up to any questions and answers. So please remember to unmute yourself in this digital format to ask your question, and then you may remute yourself to keep out the background noise.
Okay, I have a question here.
Very good.
It's about nature. You know, when the trees go bigger and the flowers come out in the summer, spring, summer, do you think from your point of view they have mineral and amino acid from the perfume that they give up?
The various smells of nature are such that they are part of this awakening process, and they reach directly into your brain. For your olfactory sense has a direct connection to the brain, and thusly even your, as you say it in your world, your aromatherapists know of this, and thusly flower scents and essential oils are thusly used to awaken certain portions of the brain and to create biological change within the body. So this is very much the case, that you receive certain molecular stimulation, shall we say, from the various scents of nature. Does that make sense?
Yes. And do you know why? Again, it's probably a belief system that people have such of a side effect with allergy, season allergy, when the trees start to flower.
Yes, this is very demonstrative of the frequency of humanity being slightly off kilter from nature. There is a kind of break in the continuity or in the harmonic between humanity and nature. Of course, you are nature, so you cannot ultimately be apart from nature, apart from yourself, but you can create the experience of being separate from nature as an experience, a valid experience. Now, that therefore begins to show itself as having certain kind of adverse reactions to nature, because there is an imbalance between the human beings, the human species now, and the natural world as you perceive it to be. Does that make sense?
This makes sense. I have another one. It's a little bit different.
Very good.
What is the relationship with the human big toe in the brain with the trees?
The human, we didn't quite catch that.
Like the human, we have a feet, we have
Feet.
toe, the big toe.
The big
What
toe.
is the relationship in the body with the brain of your human?
That is an interesting question. Of course, your feet and your hands are very, very parallel. You don't always think of it that way, but you have a kind of energy gateway, a minor chakra, as some of you say, within your hands, which is obvious for those of you who practice healing arts. But you also have such in your feet. Now, perhaps not necessarily related to the big toe directly, but indirectly through the feet. Your feet are powerful communicators of energy. Not only do your feet project energy, but your feet also absorb energy. And this is why it is very important to walk barefoot and to ground yourself through placing your bare feet upon the earth, because thusly you activate these minor chakras in the feet that are very much asleep in humanity. You begin to awaken these. Now your toes, each of your toes has a capacity to modulate the minor chakra of the feet. Thusly, when you slightly grasp the earth with your toes, you, in a manner of speaking, pump the energy through this minor chakra, so you can influence it to create a kind of suction with the feet to pump the earth energy up through your physical mechanism. Now, this is well known to a variety of the internal martial artists, practices involving standing and moving meditation while standing. And this is why some of the arts are very much emphasizing placing the feet upon the earth. Now, some of your other traditions take the feet and actually place them facing upwards in the full lotus position, in your meditation position. Now, this is precisely done to turn these minor chakras of the feet towards the heavens. The idea being that you are opening yourself up to your multi-dimensional nature and using the upward turning of the feet, of the minor chakras of the feet, to emphasize your connection to the heavenly realm. And both are valid as permission slips. Now, perhaps indirectly that helps answer your question.
No, that's good. That's good. Give me a good hint. Thank you.
Very good.
I'm done with my question. Thank you.
Very good, then. We will, at this time, sit in a brief meditation to bring in the frequency of the tree. Now you can imagine this image of any tree that you so are drawn to in your mind's eye. But feel that quality of the tree. Let it come into your presence, as if you and the tree become one and the same, occupying the same space. Feel into tree reality, as we say. Allow yourself to feel the qualities of the bark, the quality of the tree to reach into the heavens, to stretch its leaves in whatever form they come towards the light of the sun. Likewise, feel the downward movement of the tree, feeling it rooting deep into the earth. Now, metaphorically, this can also represent you diving deeply into the unknown, that which is not illuminated by the sun. But it is not something to be afraid of, for the only thing you will discover more of in the unknown is yourselves, more of yourselves. Thusly let your roots go deep into the darkness, for only through acknowledging that which is unknown do you expand into the unknown. Likewise, the metaphor is also to feel the stability of the roots, so that you do not become top-heavy, as it were, by becoming too focused upon your branches, your connections to the stars and to your star families. Likewise, you must balance your deep roots into the earth with your connection to the stars, for you are not merely an earthbound race as you have perceived yourselves to be for eons. You are now expanding to know more of your star families. Now, these are not origins to your unique frequency, for you are who you are as an earth being, and you have your unique inviolate focus, your focal point, as who you know yourself to be now in this theme of exploration. So let this be a dual consciousness, driving down into the earth, driving up into the stars. And let this metaphor, like a seed planted within you, grow and sprout and give you many insights, like tending a little baby tree inside. Let this grow, let this consciousness grow, let this presence grow. And let yourself be surrounded by the standing people of the forests, so that you can activate those harmonics that are latent within your biological matrix. And with deep appreciation for the natural world and the natural being that you are, resting in the vibration of the trees and the standing people as they are known, we wish each and every one of you a beautiful, glorious, and a fond good day. Well, all right. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.